everyone. Sporting the #1 jersey, West Illinois. Joey Porcelino. It looks a little tight. It's my wife's jersey. Only jersey I'll ever wear with another guy's name on it. But really, it's my name, Porcelino. So, where's my headsets? Hold on. All right, there we go. Like I said, this is the only jersey I'll wear. I won't ever go to a hockey game with Kane's jersey on it. But as long as it's Porcelino, it's cool, right? All right. All right, looks like the markets are still in breathing mode, trying to accept all the new movement. Right now, all I can tell you is the trend is our friend in the ES. It looks like we broke out of yesterday's range, and yesterday was a consolidation day. Just let's remember, what is that? I hear something playing. All right, so let's just remember that typically Friday we have a big IB range, and then the markets will settle down. We had a consolidation day yesterday. We may be moving towards that again today. So markets are really kind of quiet. Nothing going on. Some retailers did all right today. Anthony, what's going on in news? You got anything news coming out? I didn't look. Huh? No news? No news is good news for the stock market, right? I guess. Option expiration. That's right. That means that we can get some moves that will go up and down rapidly. So you got to be a little careful on option expiration. But got to stay with the trend. You can't be worried about the structure below unless the market turns. We're starting out the day bullish. Everybody's in a buy mode as far as our sisters. We'll get to that on the charts. Gold keeps trying to make a little bit of rally and sold off again. Bonds have rallied up to about the 154 area, made a new high. But and oil, it's just a matter of time. Just a matter of time when you will see it down at $30. So let's go to the charts and share the charts. And big game for we got to beat South Dakota, who only have 2 losses and has a win over Kansas, which is an FBS school. But we're playing them at home. So we got the home field going for us. All right. Let's go to share the charts here, right here. All right. As we speak, we're looking at the overnight action right here with a high of, let me get the crosshairs here. It's a lot easier. Right here, 2087.25. We're trading up at the highs. Okay. We got, which is above yesterday's high, which was the top that's incomplete. And then we have another incomplete top here, a Globex high from Thursday, right? So there's the Globex high of 89.25. Let's just keep going up as we see that. So I've got a bunch of tops up here. I'm not going to go back and show them to you. And we got some old highs here at 97, 99, single prints at 99.5, up to 2103, unfinished top at 2103.5, 4.5. All right. And then these single prints, another group of single prints starting here from 2106.5, 2108, another top at 2109. So do I have to spell it out to you? All these things are magnets for the market moving that way, right? So if we get into a buying mode today where everything's green, we get into those slow buying days, that's the worst thing about this bull market is when we get into these markets where the market just keeps going up, we don't have any rotation, it just keeps going up. It's very difficult to trade those markets because as soon as you get in, you're worried about the retracing going in your face. So we got to be, sometimes you just got to just be able to stay with the position and go do sit-ups or something for 15 or 20 minutes. All right, put your stop in and go do sit-ups or go to lunch or something. All right, so here it is, 2081 high, value area high. Okay, we got the 5-minute pivot right here, 2181 half. Point of control 2078.5, bull bear zone 2070.75, and value area low of 2077.5. Basically, if you look at this here, the value area is where we stayed. Was, remember yesterday's middle was like 28 1.25 to 2077, and that's basically what we're looking at from yesterday's middle, because we had that consolidation and we're trading above that range right now. So like I said, it's got to be trend as a friend, but I'm also I keep looking at Friday activity tends to be one of we get a range and then we go from there, and then we kind of stay within that range. We get a big IB range during the first first hour, and then we kind of change in that, trade in the IB range, the BC period. The initial balance period of bracket B and bracket C. So you can see all these here, all the pivots are in a 5-minute as far as a buy. Every one of the ES are in a buy, the 5, 15, and the 30. And we have a couple conflictors in the NASDAQ and the Russell. So, as we go up, if those markets get, all of them go to buys, we will, I'll alert you to that. But, when you got all the ES going and the majority of them going, you'll probably get a slow climb until these guys turn around. Okay. Until they all get into an agreement. Let's look at CL. Okay. Right here, trading at the top of value, 4150, bull bear zone 4060, point control 4030, 4018. Try as they will, try as they may, it's not going higher. I think the CL's fate is sealed as long as the Saudis are going to take a vindictive mode towards the rest of the oil producers. All right, here we go. Gold. Gold is trading at the bottom part of value. Okay, we got the bull bear zone at 1080.70. Okay, and we got the value area of low of 1077.90. So it's kind of hovering around the bull bear zone here. All right, and then we got point of control 1081.80 and 1083.60. So I think gold is, like we said, and I keep saying it's a broken record, but as soon as we raise rates, say goodbye to the precious metal. All right, because people will not want to hold on to gold if they can earn interest rates. So the bonds have rallied up from the 153 area and kind of stabilized up here at 154. And, once again, I just think that, bonds are, waiting for the, we are waiting for the December decision to raise the rates. Okay. So not much volatility today. You can see the markets are kind of quiet. If you got some questions, put them in, because I think I'm going to just stop sharing the charts and would rather answer some questions today. Anything over there yet, Anthony?
One of our followers, Ed, wants to know how you trade crude oil. You just day trade, or do you buy puts and sell calls?
Never been a big option trader. I've never been a big option trader, but if it depends, I'm going to stop sharing screen. All right. So I've never been a big option trader. When I'm trading multiple markets, I'm still trading futures, and then I could have a swing day trade, or could have multiple positions. But if you're gonna, trade this with a position, you got to be willing to take bigger stops, and you got to, put a position on that you're going to be comfortable with. But if you are, if you understand options, look, I could tell you some stories about options. In the crash in '87, I was long 1,000 Eurodollar calls that went into the cabinet, and they were worthless. And I was in Europe during the crash. Actually, I think we put that story out today. Isn't that the story from the crash? Anthony?
Yeah.
You put that story out today?
Yes, I put it out.
Okay. So, and I talk about that. So, and then another time I tried to corner the market in live cattle. I had about 2,000 2,500 calls in cattle when the whole open interest was 3,500. So not a big options trader. Not that I'm opposed to them. I just, I'll tell you why options scare me, because knowing my mentality, I would probably be a premium seller, and I'd be, trying to fade everybody's bet because I'd be thinking they're wrong. But there's nothing wrong with options. You have to learn the strategies, butterflies. There's the great. If you want to learn about options trading, go to Tasty Trade. Incredible. Tom Sizenoff and that group does a great job with their option strategies and teach people on options on stocks and options on commodities. So, any other questions?
Okay, so one of our followers, Eddie, wants to know if you would be willing to review yesterday's trading opportunities on different instruments. Maybe we'll offer a live trading thing with him.
You know what we should do is, yesterday, if you look at it, I kept telling you that, we set that range and we had conflicting. So, look, to me, it's real simple. I think the markets, if you're going to get a big trend day or a big move, you need all of these markets to move together, especially the indexes. It does not mean that you can't get an extended move, but what happens is they got to remember, big trend days only happen 4 days a month, right? Maybe 5, but you can get expanded ranges. So I look at the market profile to kind of frame where the market can go. Right. As you know, I look at the long-term frames, then I bring them down to, I look at the yearly or the size of the range over the last month. Then I go to a day, and then when I'm looking at the day, then I try to look at intraday and try to see where the market, is going. And so if we've got what do we got, like an 1,800 point range, average range? Look, average range over yesterday was slow, but I think we're working like an 1,800 point range average. I mean, what do you need to pick out of that, right? If you can catch, your objective should be to catch 5 to 8 points, right? If you can catch 5 to 8 points on multiple contracts, then you should be profitable, right? So anyway, yes, you know what? I'm going to do a live trading session next week. Well, we'll be looking at the CCI. We'll be looking at our pivots, looking at different indicators we've developed. And, one of the things that we should do is maybe we should do an early morning starting at like 7:30 and talk about how we prepare, right? And the things that we look at. That's another thing that we're going to do. Certainly when the trading funding program comes out, that will be all about what we do. Talk about how you prepare and how you view the markets. Okay. So I will do those things also. Anything else? Any other questions?
Yeah.
All right. So Friday, if you had a good week, try to keep the money in the bank. There's nothing worse than losing money on Friday. Nothing worse than losing money on Friday. So the people who have been following me for a long time, I'm going to tell you a story about a buddy of mine. His name was Jerry Friedman. Okay. Fry Baby, F-R-Y. He stood in the pit. And I saw him in the morning, where every good trader meets in the morning before the pits open, in the washroom. So, and I saw him kind of like talking to himself. And I said to him, Jerry, what's going on? He said, Lou, 3 weeks in a row now, 4 weeks in a row, I made money Monday through Thursday and gave it all back on Friday. I did that for the last month. I go, where are you going? He goes, I'm going to go see my psychiatrist. I got to talk to him about this. I go, Jerry, you don't need a psychiatrist. Just don't trade on Fridays and you won't need the psychiatrist. So, we started laughing and, seriously, I was serious. Don't trade on Fridays. If you're up money for the week, just make an early weekend. So then about, 2 or 3 weeks after that, I see Jerry talking to this guy who actually looked like Sigmund Freud. He had glasses. He had, the hair was all crazy, a beard. He had a new member badge. And I walk up, they go, "Who's this guy?" He goes, "This is my psychiatrist." I go, "Oh, you're going to be a trader now?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "You should be able to master the psychology of trading. And I think it's all mental," which I've told people for years. I think it's 90% prep, 10% preparation and 90% mental. Just the opposite of what Yogi Berra says about sports, right? He said it's 90% physical and 10% 10% mental. It's opposite in trading. You can if you do your preparation, you're going to find out that the hardest part about this is the psychological game. So this guy, the psychiatrist guy, goes in there and starts talking or starts trading, and then he's there for about a month. And I see the guy, I would see him, intermittently throughout the time he was there. And one day I look at him, he's got really kind of a long face, and I go, "What's going on?" He goes, "Man, this is really hard. I kind of lost my money. I'm just going to go back to being a psychiatrist." I go, "And now you can be a psychiatrist for traders because you've now experienced this, right? So you're going to go through all this different mental anguish because this is hard, all right?" My other analogy is if anybody's ever played sports, all right, and you think about your practice week, Monday through Friday, game day Saturday, right? So tomorrow my son's going to be in a game. There's Monday through Friday preparation. The game is Saturday. The intensity and the level of participation mentally and physically in the game is probably 50%, maybe 70. Let's say it's maybe 100% harder because in the game, that's for real, right? When trading comes out, it's game day every day, buddy. Game day every day. If you're off, you lose. If you're off, you lose. So, you know what? If you got things that are going on in your life, I'm going to tell you something. The worst time of my life for my trading career, and is when I was going through my divorce, and that's always if you're thrown off mentally, you cannot do this game. You can't do it. You got to be 100% focused, 100% looking at this because they're not forgiving. It's not like, maybe in a game you could take a playoff. If you try to take a playoff here, it costs you money. All right. All right. So today I was a little pontificating, but these are the kind of things that we need to learn if you're going to be a good trader because it is not easy. It is not easy. All right, everybody, root for the leather next this weekend. Hopefully, if we win, we get in the playoffs and they would go on and play next weekend. All right. And also rooting for my high school team, Montini Catholic, which is in the state semifinals for the 7th year in a row. All right, everybody, have a good day, have a good weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.